Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Hunter x Hunter. It's episode 69 and as always, if you want to see the reaction itself, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses dot pods with real dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode, so see you soon. To those that came back, welcome back. Now, that was an awesome episode. I mean, I was very, very delighted to see it. And that was very enjoyable. And I had a little laugh or two, that's cool. So we finally got the information that this is in the real world for Gon and Killua and for Biscuit. They didn't know yet, and now they do. And we even got someone who knows Jinx, who met him in the past. That's a cool thing. And he was instructed not to go easy on Gon. Whoa. I like the fact that Gon smiled about that, so he likes it, so he's in for it, right? He's like, okay, cool, let's do it, let's do that. I mean, however, they are playing on an extremely high level. We are talking about crushing heads and breaking bones, so you better be careful what you do. You have to concentrate on defense a lot. Razor is a major user of Nen. We've seen it. Poor Bobobo just died like that. Okay, so he was a criminal, but still getting your head smashed away by a ball is sad, to say so. It's nice to see that they use a game. I know Dodgeball. We played that in school as well. And it's a major difference who's throwing at you and how good the person is that throws at you, and especially where this person is aiming for. I mean, the question is, what kind of a game are you playing? Are you playing a friendly competitive game, so you throw at the body, or do you throw at the hand, at the head, at the mouse, into the groin, you know? You can, even at close proximity, purposely try to hurt someone with the ball. There were always guys like that, right? There are always bullies and like that, like to throw at others, aiming at, not at winning, but at causing damage. So it's a little bit like that, although I wouldn't say that Razor is a bully. He just is like, this is real and major competition, so I will go for maximum. However, he did target purposely other areas, as example for Segera, who is out. He could have been patched back up. There was this option to stay in the game, but he chose to go out instead, and it makes sense. I mean, sorry, he was hit, so he had to go out. Sorry, he didn't want to go get patched up, and even if he would have been still inside, let's be honest, after that one hit, he is done. Same possibly goes for their other player who's able to do gorillas, which is a cool ability. It's interesting that the second gorilla is still in the game. I mean, it is created out of his Nen, so I would kind of suspected then that when he got shaken up so much that his Nen ability would flicker, right? So that the gorilla would maybe disappear or get problems, but it's still in. And I see there an option for the next episode that maybe, just maybe, he will switch once again with the gorilla, which would be allowed. I mean, it is a usage of Nen, right? I guess that would be legal. And by doing so, he might have an influence of whatever's kind of sort. I kind of hope for that, because he's not a major player. He's just like a secondary character, but it would be cool to see that even then, using his ability, he has the option to influence the game in a major part. That would be nice, because it would be a win of brain instead of just power. It is a lot like a fight, what we have here. So we have, in the end, let's be honest, we have one enemy. That is a Razor. The other persons in the ring on his side are his Nen ability. They are created, so they are not real, if I understood that correctly. So it's all him playing against everyone else at the same time. And this ability to sum up his peeps and split him again if needed is really nice. I like that. That was cool. Hisoka asked for it. He said, entertain me. That's not all you have, so entertain me. And he did. So you called for it. Really interesting turn of events there. I mean, we knew that this game against him possibly should have been a loss. But when they entered, it was about 15 games, and they would have to win 8. And there were 9 experienced NEN users of different categories on their side. So there was a good chance that one of them would lose against Razor, and the others would win. Although I would have possibly forfeited the match against Razor with one of the minor people that that just accompanied them, and thus increase my chances in winning 9 games. But Razor turned that around by making 8 games into 1. By saying, okay, it's 8 against 8, and whoever wins gets 8 points. It's a little bit, I think he changed the rules there. But then, it's his game, so what, right? He's the game master. I think there's not much of a chance to do there. We had the taboo. I mentioned that in the beginning. You're not allowed to talk about the fact that this is in the real world. We have a slight information about Jinx, and I kind of hope that, I don't know if I should hope for Gon being able to talk to Razor afterwards. I mean, we don't know how this game ends, right? It might very well be that something bad happens. We're still waiting for the bombers on the one hand, and we're still waiting where the other spiders are. And I remember that Razor said something, if you beat him you can win a major card, something like that. So maybe that's what they want. I see the option that they might jump in at the end of the game, right? When everyone is down and exhausted, that the spiders take this moment to jump in, because they have a connection there. They have Hisoka there, so they can accompany in if they want to, right? The accompany card, which we just learned about, gives you the option to teleport towards a player and he is in there, so I see this option that the spiders may pop up. Same, by the way, goes for the bombers, because they met up with Sagara and his boys, so they could jump in like that as well. There's a lot of potential for a problem, because the bombers right now need only 2 cards, as we learned. They need the lucky, not Sapphire, Alexandrite, I think, which is a card that Gon and Killua have. So they will search for them. And they do need the Patch of Shore, which is what this game here is about right now. So I think once this game finished, we will have possibly a company jump in from 1 or even 2 parties. I would love if it would be both, just saying, because however good the bombers think they may be, I don't think they can hold a candle against the spiders. Not at all. So really good. It was a nice episode. I like the beginning, the show us your Ren from Killua and Gon towards Sagara. This option where he showed them that he can jump high using his Nen, which they didn't know before this option. And that's the thing about them, right? They watched it one time and then they just did it, and even better. Because they are just who they are, right? And I liked Sagara's reflection during the whole episode, like, oh damn it, those boys are better than me. I have to train again, and this little comment, let it slide, they are just kids, right? And I feel reminded of the times when I'm a computer player. So there are always competitive games, and I also reminded of times, which is long ago, when there was this moment which everyone possibly will have in his life, where you encounter someone who is better than you in a game. It happens a lot, but is incredibly young. And you are like, I just got beaten by a 12-year-old, right? In something I'm quite good at. I'm not high pro level or anything. I'm quite good at some stuff. And And I had this experience a long time ago for the first time, and very often afterwards. And so this reminded me of this moment when you're as a grown-up man, an old one, experienced, who may use his experience here or there for some slight pro glitches, right? For some slight benefits. You just lose when it comes just to dexterity, to resilience, to just strength. Youth, you know, that's it. Your body fails you over time, it's normal, but just your reactions get slower, and all of this stuff is what Segura was thinking about. So he is really good at some specialized stuff. He's a pro in the meaning of he knows stuff and he's focused on specific areas, but his general abilities did not grow since, I don't know, the last 10 years, 20 years, something like that. And he did not train enough anymore, he reflected himself, and possibly lost a bit of his abilities even due to that. So that's a very, very typical thing he has there. And I innerly grinned about those moments because it was like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Exactly like that. So it was a really good episode. I hope you liked. I did for sure. And I will see you the next time. Until then, my name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.